What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Landeris back at you with another video. Hey, I just want to do something different here. I'm just going to look at this video, and as you can see how high this grass is, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that. You see that right there? And you got, water spots, water situations going on where it's it's kind of a mess. So you got a weed eat kind of right in that area. So, but anyway, like I said, I'm gonna do something different. Sometimes I watch my videos, and sometimes I don't. I'm gonna watch it. I might speed it up here and there so you guys can, and I'm just gonna kind of talk while I'm playing. So anyway, let's get it started. Oh, hey, I just gotta knock this down. Cut it real quick. It's overgrown. Take care of this. Let me see something. This bad boy. Done. So as you can see, you got the truck and everything. Let me go like that. Well, let me go out so. I'm just trying to play around with this, but as you can see right there. So sometimes I don't get to see this stuff going on right here. But what I'm looking at right there is sometimes I don't get to see myself putting this stuff down and being in the act. I just record and go. So what I'm looking at now is I get to see now right here how much my truck kind of gives when I take it off, and it's a little bit. Like these newer trucks, they kind of hold their own on they kind of hold their own on how much weight they actually carry. Because when I had my white truck, I had to put airbag system on it. But then again, I had the 36 on there and I had the 52 on there. And I ran it for a while until I got my airbags on there, but it would always squat. I probably ran it for about a year for that season, one season. And it would squat. So I ended up putting the airbag on them. But with these newer trucks, now they you don't need to put airbags on them. I mean, it'll be helpful, but as you can see, it doesn't dip at all or squat at all with that 36 on there. Now, but you can see how high this grass is. Look how high this grass is. And this is kind of like a hill. But I'm cutting it on high. I'm cutting it all the way on high. So you're looking about 4 to 5 inches, 4.5 to 5 inches that I'm cutting this on. And then I'll run back over it and cut it at 3.5 inches or 3. I think I did 3.5. But yeah, you got the sun shining. Hey, this is at the end of the day almost. The sun is going to be setting, and you can see how high this grass here. And at this point in time, nobody stays in these apartments, duplex apartments. They small duplex apartments. So I had the property manager ask me to come over, take a look at it, and give him some prices. So I think I cut this yard for about $230 the first go around. I think I charged about $230, $225, $230, somewhere around there, to get this yard back somewhat in shape. And then I'll maintain it every 2 weeks after that. So, and every 2 weeks is $105.50 every 2 weeks. So, just to maintain it. Now, the thing about this property is, it's I could do this for a month, or I could do it. She could call me tomorrow and say, hey, you know, we can stop on the lawn maintenance, and I would do that. But for now, it's on a bi-weekly schedule for about $105.50. So guys, there's no rhyme to reason of how I'm cutting this thing. Like over here is this is a hill, so I gotta weed eat this whole thing right here. But I'm basically gonna try to cut it. Let me speed it up a little bit. Let me speed it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, let's speed them up. So now I think I'm cutting it a little bit lower now. So now I'm going back over it and I'm cutting it a little bit lower. So like I said, no rhyme or reason, just get it knocked down, cut down. And then, because really I'm on a little time crunch because I know that the sun is gonna be going down pretty soon. So I probably spent about an hour or so on this lawn. Like I said, not too bad for $220 something or $230. So I'm gonna come up here and get the camera, and let's see where I'm going next. I think I'm gonna cut this area. Look how high that grass is, guys. That's crazy. Crazy. So now I put it back up to probably 5. And I'm gonna cut this side. But look how high this grass is. Yeah, let me do a close-up on you. Look at that. Crazy. So like with these particular yards too, man, you gotta be careful to make sure there's not a lot of crap in the yard. Look at that, it still looks high. Like I said, I'm cutting it on about 4.5, 5. It's probably on 5. It's all the way up. So that's probably about 5. Now I'm dropping it to about 3.5. So you can see that difference. And it's messy, guys, too, so who cares? Just as long as you can these when you're doing these type of yards and these type of overgrown grasses, it's gonna be messy. Messy. It's messy. Like I said, you had water puddles and stuff all in the back, you know, sit in the water, you know, and like I said, nobody's staying in these apartments right now, so, and there's a lot of houses on that block that's like this, you know, I don't know why, and there's some people that's staying in them too, so they just don't maintain the grass over here that well on this block. So I hope that car wasn't mad. Oh, this guy is putting all this grass on the driveway. I blew all that stuff off, guys. No big deal. But yeah, grass is crazy. So you gotta charge for this. You gotta charge for grass like this. You set a price. You tell them it's overgrown. Because if you don't get your money out of it, guess what? The city gonna get theirs. See, when a city come knocking on their door and saying they gonna charge them $500 for their city workers to come out and cut this grass, I could have probably said $300, and it's cheaper than what the city's gonna do it for. So either you're gonna pay me or you're gonna pay the piper, which is the city. They gonna charge you even more. So don't even be afraid to give them your price. You know, if it's gonna take time like this, I'm not trying to make this look pretty or nothing like that. The edging and all that stuff, you ain't gotta make it look pretty. They just want it cut and knocked down. So you ain't got to worry about edging. Now I did take the weed eater to those that grass that's in the concrete, just to kind of clear it off. See, like right here, look at that puddle of water. Just a puddle of water. So the rest of it I'm gonna have to weed eat. No big deal though. So I just knock it down. I got it on 3.5. Yeah, I got it down 3.5. Now I could have went over the third time, because then you lift the deck all the way up just to disperse the grass everywhere. But it's puddles of water over there too that I gotta go around. Puddle of water. Let me see if I can move this bad boy. Let's see what I'm gonna be doing. Let me see. Man, I'm fast. Man, I should. Yeah, see, that sun's coming down. But look at that right there. Look at that. And look at the back of it. All that grass back there behind it. Now I ended up weed eating like half of that down. And the grass is actually green though too, so. But the front's full of weeds. Hey, this is some thick grass too, guys. And sometimes when I'm doing these yards, I'm thinking to myself, why did I take this on? Why did I take this on? And then you get done and you say, huh, 230 bucks in my pocket, right? It always feels good when you finish. But as you're cutting it, now look at this, look at all that back there. Now I knocked all this stuff down that you're looking at right there. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to. It's a drain right there. It's a drain right there, and I don't know if I should have knocked that. Did I supposed to knock it down? But I knocked it down anyway. And then in 2 weeks I'll come back down and chop it. But it doesn't look like this anymore. So, oh yeah. Now, all along that fence, it's knocked down behind the other apartments. So, but for me to make the job look at least decent, I knocked it down. Just with the weed eater, I just chopped half of it off. Let me see. So now I'm cutting it down lower now. Cut it on 5. Now I probably dropped it down to 3.5. That's what I did. Let me speed it up. Let me find another spot. That's all cut is getting. Oh, not the weed eater. So let me see that weed eat in action. That's what I mean. I had to weed eat this hill, this incline. Like I said, I cleaned it up just good enough to get the job done and so that it looks somewhat decent. I gotta check out my other weed eater because something's going on with it. I don't know what it is, but the power is kind of not there. So I gotta check that out. See what's going on with it. Hey, the weed eating takes a lot of time in itself. Sometimes it's cool to look at yourself and see your videos, see what you're doing. Cause sometimes I just tape and I post it, and I'm done. And look at all that. Look at all that. Weed slinger. That's what I was that day. like I said, I think I finished this up in about an hour or so. Now, if I had somebody with me, I would have finished up a little bit earlier. It's just amazing when you got somebody, how fast you can finish up stuff when you got somebody working with you. See, look at all that water. Puddle of water. There I go knocking out the weed growing in the concrete cracks. See? More water. More water right there. Now this is the fun part right here. Knocking this stuff down. So I just knocked it down enough so that, like I said, back there is a drain system, and nobody really wants to cut that back part. They just cut it enough. See how it goes all the way down? All the way down here. That's the other property next to it, and then further down. So they don't even cut this back here. Now there was a property that did have theirs cut, so that's why I'm trying to at least cut it down some, so it's presentable, because it's still past. It's still up to my ankles and my calves. It's still up to my calves. That's how thick it is. Try to get to it. See, it's looking better and better as we go. But anyway, guys, if you want to look at this video from start to finish, just go look it up. I think it's called Another Overgrown Property, Knocked Out, Start from Finish. So if you want to just go ahead and check it out, then be my guest. And while you're at it, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, I'm just knocking it down halfway, or getting that top layer off. Because next time, you know, it just depends. I'll knock it down some more, and I'll knock it down some more, and then the next week. So it's beneficial just to have you a lawn care guy, because say for instance she don't call me back and she just lets this grow again, they're gonna lose money because somebody else is gonna overgrow again, and then they're gonna call somebody else to come back out and knock it down, and they're either gonna charge the same price or even more, and now you done spent double, triple. See the way this bad boy looked in the beginning? Then I'll just knock it down, knock the top part off. That's it for that part. I get that part back there. Makes it a little bit better. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it, but I'm supposed to come here in 2 weeks. So now look at it. So, but it's not gonna be 105 today. It's gonna be about 225, 235, because it's overgrown. Here, I get that part back there. Makes it a little bit better. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it, but it looks like those are done back there. That's done over there. This part's done. Now I'm just blowing off. Anyway, guys, just a quick narrative, narrating my video a little bit. But go ahead and check out the video in full, and I'll get back with you on another video. Peace.